Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. I spent so long feeling the noise, but you were waiting in the quiet. I used to run from silence like it was my enemy. Filled every moment with noise and empty energy. Music blasting, scrolling, talking nobody. Anything to drown out what was haunting me. Afraid of what I hear if everything went still. Scared the quiet would expose what I refuse to feel. So I stay busy, stay moving, stay loud. Build walls of sound to keep the truth out. But exhaustion finally caught me, couldn't run no more. Fell to my knees in the silence I've been running from before. And there in the quiet I heard the softest voice. God whispering truths I've been avoiding by choice. He said I've been here waiting in the stillness all alone, while you were drowning out my voice with your noise and your songs. Come rest in the silence, let me speak to your soul. Stop performing your prayers and just let me hold. In the silence you were speaking, in the stillness I was healing. No more words, just your presence. God, this quiet is my reverence. The day silence became my prayer. I stopped talking and started listening. Found you waiting in the quiet air, where my soul could finally breathe again. No more noise to hide behind, just your peace in this sacred time. The day silence became my prayer. I found you everywhere. I learned that prayer ain't always word we say out loud. Sometimes it's sitting in his presence without a sound. No requests, no list of things I need. Just being with the Father, letting silence in the scene. See, we live in a culture that glorifies the grind. Constant motion, constant noise, never quiet mind. But God said be still for a reason we forgot. In the silences where transformation is raw. I stopped trying to impress him with eloquent speech. Stopped performing my devotion like I had something to teach. Just sat in the stillness and let him search my heart. Let the quiet do the work that words couldn't start. And in that sacred silence, things began to shift. The anxiety quieted down, my spirit began to lift. I was doing surgery in the stillness of my soul, healing wounds I didn't know I had, making broken holes. Teach me to be still, Lord, in a world that never stops. Teach me that your presence is better than any noise I got. I don't need to feel the silence, don't need to prove I'm here. You already know my heart, in the quiet you draw near. The day silence became my prayer. I found you, talking and started listening. Sitting there in the quiet air, you were there, when my soul could finally breathe again. I could breathe, no more noise to hide behind, nothing left, your peace in this sacred time. Holy ground, the day silence became my prayer. My surrender, found you, you're everywhere. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. I'm learning that silence isn't empty, it's full of your presence. That stillness isn't weakness, it's where your strength is. No more filling every moment with noise, just resting in the quiet, where you've been waiting all along. Lord, teach me to be still. Teach me that silence is sacred, that in the quiet you speak the loudest. This is my prayer now. Not words, but presence. Not noise, but stillness. Not striving, but resting in the silence. I found you. Yes, I found you. The spiritual core. In a noisy world, silence becomes a sacred space where God speaks clear as true prayers and always words. Sometimes it's the courage to be still and let God do the talking. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. 1 Samuel 16:7. They questioned my faith when I questioned their tradition, but God saw my heart the whole time. I didn't lead a faith, I led a performance. Tired of defending every step like it needed endorsement. They said I'm backsliding cause I stopped going to building, but my relationship with God was actually healing. I got tired of explaining why I dressed this way, why I listen to the music, why I don't always pray the way they taught me. Like there's only one formula, like God can't meet me outside that particular corner. They judge my tattoos, judge the way I worship. Said my faith ain't real if it don't look like their version. But I met Jesus in the places they said he wasn't. Found him in the struggle, not just in the discussions. I didn't walk away from God, I walk away from boxes, from people who confuse their preferences with the gospel. I'm still praying, still believing, still standing on the rock. I just stopped explaining myself to people who won't stop. I don't owe them my story, don't need that validation. God knows my heart, that's my only confirmation. I didn't walk away from God, I just got tired of explaining myself to people who can't see my heart, who judge it could cover, never read what's felt. My faith is real even when it looks different. My walk is mine, God's my only witness. I didn't walk away from God, I just stopped performing for the crowd. They want me to fit in their religious box, speak their language, follow all their cultural locks. But Jesus broke boxes, flipped tables, made waves, hung with the outcasts, love the ones they said to blame. I'm tired of pretending I got it all figured out, tired of smiling in the pews while I'm dying with doubt. So I step back from the show, from the Sunday charade, and met God in the honest in the mess that I made. Now I'm healing, I'm growing, I'm learning His voice without the noise of opinions that I never chose. My faith got deeper when I stopped trying to prove it, when I stopped explaining and just started moving. See, they confuse silence with absence, think if you ain't loud, you ain't passionate. But I'm learning God in the quiet now, in the places where performance is required now. Let them talk, let them judge, let them think what they want. God knows where I've been, knows the battles I fought. I'm not ashamed of my journey, not ashamed of my scars. God's been with me the whole time, even when I fell hard. I didn't walk away from God, never left. I just got tired of explaining myself to people who can't see my heart. They don't know, who judge the cover, never read what's felt. Only God knows it's real, even when it looks different. My walk is mine, God's my only witness. I didn't walk away from God, still I just stopped performing for the crowd.
Who are you to judge someone else's servant? To their own master, servant stand or fall. Romans 14:4. I'm learning that my faith doesn't need their approval, that God's opinion is the only one that matters. I didn't lose my faith when I stopped explaining it. I found it deeper than ever before, in the quiet conversations with my Creator, in the honest wrestling with my doubts, in the messy, beautiful personal journey that no one else can validate or void. So let them question, let them wonder.
God knows my joy, and that's enough. Didn't walk away, I just walked forward to a faith is mine.
Authentic and true. Spiritual core. True faith doesn't require constant explanation or performance. God sees the heart when others only see the surface. Walking away from religious performance isn't walking away from God. Sometimes it's walking closer to Him.
These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me, Matthew 15:8. I showed up every Sunday.
I had the perfect attendance, never missed a service. Read my Bible every morning like it was my purpose. Pray before meals, posted verses on the ground. But deep inside I felt empty, didn't understand. I was checking all the boxes, doing everything right. Raised my hands in worship, but felt nothing inside. Sang a song, said amen, played the part so well. But my heart was on autopilot, going through the ritual. I knew the scripture, knew the doctrine, knew the creed. Could quote the verses, but couldn't feel what they mean. My faith became a routine, a religious obligation. Lost the wonder, lost the fire, lost the desperation. I was faithful to the system, but distant from the source. Going through the motions while my spirit lost its course. Everyone thought I was strong, thought I had it all together, but I was dying inside, held together by destruction. I was present but not there, speaking words without a prayer. God, I need more than this routine. Need your presence, not the same. I was faithful to the routine, but distant from my heart. Going through the motions while we drifted far apart. Lord, I don't want religion, I don't want the show. I want you in the messy, I want a love that flows. Break these chains of ritual, wake my sleeping soul. I was faithful to the routine, but I need to be made whole. I remember when I first believed, when the fire was real, when worship wasn't performance, but a way to heal.
When prayer wasn't scheduled but a conversation flowed. When scripture came alive and not just words I know. But somewhere along the way I traded passion for the plan. Exchanged the living water for a program in my hand. I became so focused on doing everything correct that I lost the intimacy, lost the personal connect. God was saying I want your heart, not your attendance. But I kept showing up believing there was repentance. Thought if I maintained the routine, I maintained the faith. But you can't substitute relationship with a religious state. So I'm done with going through the motions just to check it off. Done with hollow worship that I sing but never cause. I'm asking God to wreck my comfort, break my sacred cows. Teach me what it means to seek His face and not His crowd. Strip away the performance, tear down what I built. I don't want to polish faith, I want what's real and felt. Meet me in an honest place where I can't fake it anymore. I'm tired of the routine, I'm knocking on your door. Lord, revive my first love, the passion that I knew. I don't want religion, I just want you. I was faithful to the routine, but empty inside, my heart so far from you. While we drifted far apart, Lord, I don't feel the way. I don't want the show, I don't want you in the mess. I don't want the love that flow. Had to break these chains of ritual. Wake me free, my sleeping soul. Wake me up, faith to the root, but I need more. But I need to be made whole. Make me whole. Return to me with all your heart, Joe 2:12. God, I'm done with the autopilot faith. Done with the religious checklist. I'm coming back to you. Not with perfect attendance, but with an honest heart. Teach me to worship you in spirit and in truth. Not just in the sanctuary, but in the everyday, in the mundane, in the mess. I don't want to be faithful to a routine. I want to be faithful to you. Intimately, personally, deeply. Revive what's grown cold, rekindle what's gone dim. I'm here, Lord, not with my performance, but with my presence. And that's all you ever wanted. Spiritual core. God desires relationship over ritual, intimacy over institution. We can be faithful to religious routines while our hearts drift far from Him. True faith is measured not by perfect attendance, but by authentic connection. Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because heaven stood the test. That person will receive the crown of life. James 1:12. When the lights went out and the crowd disappeared, that's when I found him waiting. I was living for the spotlight, chasing validation. Do my identity on a pause and celebration. Every win was a high, every loss was devastation. Time my work to performance, that was my foundation. But success is a drug that never satisfies. The more you read, the more you need to feel alive. I was winning on the outside, dying on the end. Couldn't stop the grind, cause I was addicted to the wins. And the season changed, the crowd grew quiet. The phone stopped ringing, had to face the silence. Everything I built my life was started crumbling down. And I realized I was lost when nobody was around. I thought I'd be abandoned in my lowest moment. Locked out on and loved me when I was winning and golden. But in the emptiness when no one else would go, Jesus met me in the dark, the wins for now I show. When the stage lights faded and the chairs went away, you were standing in the shadow, saying, child, I stay. Jesus met me after the applause was gone, when I had every leftover with my broken son. He didn't need no performance on my highlight reel. You wanted all my brokenness so He could help me heal. From inside, in the empty room where success couldn't reach and pride couldn't consume. Jesus met me after the applause was done and taught me I was loved before I ever won. See, the world will love you when you're on top.
But the moment that you fall, watch how quick they stop. Fair weather friends disappear when the winter ends. The Jesus shows up strongest when you got nothing to defend. I learned that God's love ain't based on what I do. It's not a reward I earn, it's a gift that's true. He loved me in the valley, same as on the beat. His brace cause it fluctuate based on my winning streak. Now I'm building on a different foundation. Not applause on achievement, but it's validation. My worth isn't tied to the scoreboard anymore. It's anchored in the cross, that's what I'm living for. The pressure's off, I don't have to perform. You don't have to be perfect to weather the storm. Cause Jesus married when I had love to bring and love me in the wholeness. Now that's my everything.
In my failure, you were faithful. In my weakness, you were strong. And I had nothing left to offer. You stay a child, you still belong.
No more chasing validation, no more living for the stage. I found my identity in the God who never changed. Jesus led me after the applause was gone. He was there, and I ain't nothing left to offer but my broken song. Just my broken song. He didn't need my performance, didn't need my highlight reel, didn't need my best. He wanted all my brokenness so he could heal me ill. He made me whole. I found him in the silence, in that empty room, in the pride. Success couldn't reach him back, couldn't console. He just led me after the applause was gone. After it all, saw me I was loved before I ever won.
My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. I'm grateful for the silence now, grateful for the empty room, because that's what I met, the real you. Not the God of my success, the God of my surrender. You loved me when I had nothing to offer. No achievements, no applause, no wins, just a broken heart and empty hands. And in that place I learned that your love isn't earned, it's freely given. I could listen, I need poured out. So now I leave from approval, not for approval. My worth is subtle, my identity is secure. The applause may come and go, but your presence remains, and that's more than enough. That's everything. I found him in a lot of nowhere. I wanna know her all days. I find to be a lot of nowhere. Yeah, I find it always Lord, and I love down. I find it always Lord. Yeah, I found him in a world on my greens out. And all times I would live between now. Wish son, and know what you been there. Habits on my back there, wish I had a steam now. I'm from a real life with a dead gone. The no back here, the J ain't ghost. Everything born, be the man that alone. And the scared what I had out of fade ain't go white. And I know it's my boy, and I know that he don't wear girl. And it seems like I love it all. He was mad, and after the applause was gone. When I had nothing left to offer but my broken soul. He didn't need my performance and my highlight reel. He wanted all my broken links so he could hold me here. I found him in the silence in the empty room. Success couldn't reach him, pride from just soon. Tears met me after the applause was done. And it taught me how to love before I ever won. Always love. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. I'm grateful for the silence now, grateful for the empty room, because that's where I met the real you, not the God of my success. Oh, but the God of my surrender. You love me, I ain't nothing to
No applause, no wins, just a broken heart and empty hands. And in that place I learned that your love isn't earned, it's free to give it, unconditionally poured out. So now I live from approval, not for approval. My worth is settled, my identity is secure. The applause may come and go, but your presence remains, and that's more than enough. That's everything.
I didn't lose my way. I didn't lose my way. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 40:31. I'm still on the path. I just had to slow down to find it again. I was running so fast, I forgot where I was going. Chasing every opportunity, never saying no. And hustling for the kingdom, but losing my soul. And it thought speed meant progress, but I was going through the motions. They said go harder, go home, so I went harder. Sacrificed my peace, thinking that would take me farther. But burnout caught me when I least expected. And I realized I was moving, but not connected. I didn't backslide, I didn't fall away. I just got so exhausted, I had to change my pace. Slow down to a walk when I used to sprint. And people called it quitting, but God called it rest. See, the culture glorifies the grind, the hustle, the speed, but nobody talks about what happens when you're running on E. I had to learn that sustainable faith moves different. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and rest is part of the mission. I'm still on the journey, just walking out, not racing. Learning that God's presence is better than my pace. I didn't lose my way, I lost my pace. Had to slow down to find God's grace. Running so fast I couldn't hear His voice. Now I'm walking steady, making better choice. Not about the speed, it's about the faith. Not how fast I go, but if I finish the race. I didn't lose my way, I lost my pace, and found God waiting in a slower space. I used to measure progress by how busy I stayed. If my calendar was full, I thought I was okay. But God said be still, and I couldn't comprehend, cause stillness felt like failure in a world that never ends. But Jesus never rushed, never anxious, never frantic. He withdrew to pray when things got most dramatic. He rested, He retreated, He set boundaries with ease. If the Son of God needed rest, then what makes me believe I don't? So I'm learning a new rhythm, a sustainable pace, where I'm productive but not burned out, effective but with grace. I'm saying no to things that drain my soul and steal my peace, cause what's the point of building kingdoms if I'm falling to pieces? I didn't lose my way when I started moving slower. I found my way back to the God who makes me whole. And now I'm running this race with endurance, not exhaustion. With purpose, not performance. With presence, not just motion. Teach me your rhythm, Lord, not the world's frantic beat. Show me how to walk with You, even when the pace feels weak. I'm trading hustle for your heartbeat, speed for your steady ground. I didn't lose my way, I'm just slowing down. I didn't lose my way, I lost my pace. Found my rhythm, slow down to find God's grace. In the slow, running so fast I couldn't hear His voice. Now I hear, now I'm walking steady, making better choices. It's not about the speed, it's about the phase. Not how fast I go, but if I finish the race. I didn't lose my way, I lost my pace. Now I'm walking in a strong way. I didn't lose my way,
Still on the path.
and found God waiting in a slower space.
You were waiting.
Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. I'm learning that faithfulness doesn't mean frenzy, that obedience doesn't require exhaustion, that God's pace is sustainable, even when it feels slow. I'm still moving forward, just not at the speed the world demands. I'm walking with intention, resting without guilt, building without burning out. This is what endurance looks like. Not sprinting until you collapse, but pacing yourself for the long journey, trusting that God's timing is perfect. Even when it feels like you're falling behind, I didn't lose my way. I just found a better pace, one that honors both the mission and the Maker who sustains me. And that's where true strength is found,
in a steady walk, not the frantic run.
Slowing down isn't backsliding.
His wisdom guides pace is sustainable.
Not frantic race to savor.
Not frantic rest is sacred.
Not lazy.
The goal isn't speed but faithfulness. And sometimes faithfulness means walking when everyone else is running.
Yeah. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. Psalm 9:23.
I ran to the waves when I should've run to you. Worked my body to exhaustion so my mind couldn't speak. Every morning 5 a.m. I was at it again, chasing reps and PRs like they could save me from within. Pushing iron, running miles, anything to stay numb. Use the fitness as an escape from the battles left unsung. I told myself I was disciplined, dedicated to the grind, but really I was running from the warfare in my mind. Every squat was a distraction, every set a way to cope. Using physical exhaustion as a substitute for hope. The gym became my therapy, my refuge from the pain, but dumbbells can't heal trauma and treadmills can't remove shame. I was sculpting my exterior while crumbling inside, building muscle, losing myself, calling that my pride. People praise my commitment, call my hustle inspiration, but didn't know I was hiding from my own confrontation. With the thoughts I kept avoiding, with the fears I wouldn't face. So I stayed busy, stayed moving, stayed running from grace. I can't outwork what's broken, can't lift away the pain. God, I need your healing, not just another game. I kept my body busy to avoid my thoughts, work myself to exhaustion just to make them stop. But you can't run from what's inside, can't bench press your way to peace of mind. Lord, I'm tired of the escape, tired of the hiding places. I kept my body busy to avoid my thoughts, but I'm finally ready to face what I fought. I trained through injuries, ignored every warning sign. Told myself that pain was weakness, leaving I'd be fine. But physical discipline can't fit spiritual neglect, and all the PRs in the world can't give a broken soul respect. I was whispering come rest, but I couldn't sit still, cause stillness meant I'd have to feel what I was trying to kill. So I added more volume, more sessions, more weight, anything to stay distracted from the thoughts I couldn't shake. But exhaustion finally caught me, couldn't run anymore. My body gave out and forced me to face what I've been ignoring before. And in that moment of surrender, when I couldn't move a high, God met me in the stillness and said, son, it's time to let me inside. He said, I see you running, I see you trying to cope, but you can't train your way to healing, you can't hustle your way to hope. Come lay down your burdens, stop carrying them alone. Let me heal what you've been avoiding, let me bring you home. No more running from the truth, no more hiding in the grind. I'm bringing all my broken to the God who heals the mind. Teach me rest is not weakness, stillness is not defeat. I'm done avoiding my thoughts, I'm laying them at your feet. I kept my body busy to avoid my thoughts, work myself to exhaustion just to make them stop. But you can't run from what's inside, can't bench press your way to peace of mind. Lord, I'm tired of the escape, unescaping, tired of the hiding place, no more hiding. I kept my body busy to avoid my thoughts, but I'm finally ready to face what I fought.
Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7, I'm learning that true strength isn't found in how much I can lift, but in the courage to be still and let God heal what I've been running from. The gym still has its place, but it's not my escape anymore. It's not where I hide from my thoughts, it's where I steward the body God gave me, while trusting Him with my mind. I'm done using discipline as avoidance, done calling escapism dedication. I'm bringing my thoughts, my fears, my anxieties to the only one who can truly heal them. Lord, teach me to be still, to face what I've been avoiding, and to find my peace not in exhaustion, but in your presence. This is real strength. Not running but surrendering, not hiding but healing. And you?
Lord, I believe
help my unbelief. More than 24. I'll stop pretending I had it all figured out. And that's when real faith began.
I used to think that faith been never having doubts, that strong believers always figured it out. So I wore a mask of certainty, quoted all the right verses, but inside I was drowning, questioning my purpose. I thought it meant struggle, man, I didn't trust enough. That real faith was unwavering, unshakable, tough. So I buried my questions deep beneath the surface, smiled on Sundays while I felt completely worthless. But one day I broke down, couldn't hold it anymore. Fell before God crying, I don't know what this is for. And in that moment of raw, I'm filled to confession. I felt God closer than in all my perfect expressions. He said, I don't need your certainty, I need your honesty. I don't want your performance, I want authenticity. The strongest faith isn't the one that never questions, it's the one that brings those questions to my presence. Faith isn't pretending, it's not a perfect show, it's coming till you're broken, saying, Lord, I don't know. Faith beat it for strong, we feel honest, like admitting I'm lost and I can't do this. No more masks, no more perfect replies, just a broken heart lifting honest cries. God, I don't have all the answers now, I'm just choosing to trust you anyhow. Faith beat it for strong, we feel honest, and that's where I found you in the process. I stopped trying to impress God with my spiritual resume, stopped performing my prayers like I had something to display. Started bringing him my mess, my doubts, my confusion, and found more of them dead than in my religious illusions. I learned that faith isn't the absence of fear, it's being afraid and choosing to draw near. It's not having all the answers, but trusting the one who does. It's walking in the dark because I know who holds the sun. The disciples had doubts, David questioned, John complained. Even Jesus in the garden felt the weight of pain. It's the heroes of faith experience uncertainty, and maybe my honesty is exactly where God wants me. So I'm done with the facade, done with the show. I'm bringing God my real self, the one nobody knows. My questions, my fears, my struggles, my shame, and trusting that His grace is bigger than my pain. I'm learning that weakness is where your power shows, that honest faith is stronger than the certainty I pose. You don't need my perfection, you just want my heart. So here I am, Lord, broken but not apart. Faith in for strong, you feel honest, got the vision, I'm lost and I can't do it. No more masks, no more perfect reply, no more pretend. If been honest, cry. God, I don't have all the answers, no. I don't know. Choosing to trust you anyhow. But I trust you. For strong, you feel honest. This is faith. That's what I found you in the process. You were there.
My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. I used to think strong faith looked like confidence, like having all the answers, like never wavering or wondering. But I'm learning that the strongest faith is the one that admits, I don't understand this, still chooses to trust. It's the faith that says I'm scared and takes the next step anyway. The faith that says I have questions but keep seeking God in the midst of them. It's honesty isn't weakness, it's the foundation of real relationship. God doesn't need my performance, He just wants my presence. So here I am, not with dances, but with authenticity. Not with certainty, but with surrender. And somehow, in this honest place, my faith feels more real than it ever has. This is what it means to believe. Not perfectly, but honestly. Not flawlessly, but faithfully. And that's enough.
True faith isn't about having all the answers, but never doubting. It's about bringing our honest questions, fears, and struggles to God. Authentic faith is often messy, uncertain and vulnerable, but it's in that honesty where we truly encounter His grace and presence.
The Word became flesh and made His dwelling among us. John 1:14.
I kept asking God to clear my calendar, but He showed up in the chaos instead. I was drowning in deadlines, meetings, obligations, praying God remove the pressure, give me liberation. I wanted Him to fix it all, make the burden lighter, but He said I'm not taking you out, I'm walking through the fire. I thought fate meant escape from the overwhelming pace. That God's blessing looked like empty schedules and more space. But Jesus didn't come to earth and clear his calendar. He entered into chaos, walked him on the regular. He was busy, he was tired, he was pressed by crowds. Had demands from every side, noise was getting loud. But he didn't run from people or the pressure they brought. He brought presence to the chaos, taught me what I forgot. See, I was waiting for the perfect quiet moment to slow down, catch my breath, be still and focus. But God was in the carpool, in the deadlines, in the stress, in the middle of the mess, not just after I rest. You're not waiting for my life to come, you're present in the storm. You didn't clear my schedule, you showed up in the norm. Jesus didn't fix my schedule, he ended it. Met me in the busy, in the chaotic minutes. Taught me that his presence isn't just for quiet times. He's with me in a rush, in the daily grind. I don't need to wait for peace to find him there. He's in the messy moments, in the stress I bear. Jesus didn't fix my schedule, he entered it and sanctified the chaos with his presence in it. I used to think devotion meant an hour on my knees. That real faith required silence, solitude, and ease. But most of life is lived in motion in between the lines. And God is just as present in the chaos as divine. He's in the morning rush when I'm running late, in the stressful conversation, in the weight I bear at work today. He's in the Monday moments that I thought were too small, in the laundry, in the traffic, in the unanswered calls. Jesus sanctified the ordinary by entering our world. Didn't wait for perfect settings or for banners to unfurl. He was born in a stable, worked a normal job, lived a busy life and still connected with his God. So I'm learning to practice presence in the everyday, to invite him in the moments I used to push away. My schedule didn't clear, but my perspective changed. Now I see his fingerprints in all the mundane. Teach me to find you in the rush and in the race, not just in the quiet, but in every busy space. You're not distant in my chaos, you're Emmanuel, God with us, right here in the middle of the schedules and the fuss. Jesus didn't fix my schedule, he ended it. You ended it. Needing a day, I get minutes. Real where I am. His presence isn't just for quiet time. Every moment rush in the daily grind. I don't need to wait for peace to find him there. You're already messy moments in the stress I bear. In the mess, fix my schedule, he ended your presence. Sanctify the chaos with his presence in it. Holy ground.
I am with you always, to the very end of the age. Matthew 28:20. I'm learning that sacred isn't just the quiet moments. It's not only in the early morning stillness or the late night prayers. Sacred is the carpool with worship playing. Sacred is the work email sent with integrity. Sacred is the stressful meeting where I choose peace. Jesus didn't wait for me to slow down. He met me in the speed. Didn't wait for my life to be manageable. He entered the unmanageable. And that changes everything, because now I'm not waiting to get to God. He's already here. In the calendar, in the chaos, in the mundane. My life didn't get less busy. It just got more filled with his presence, and that's the miracle. Not escape, but Emmanuel. God with us. Right here, right now. In the beautiful, exhausting, sacred ordinance. Spiritual core, God doesn't always remove our busy seasons. Sometimes he sanctifies them by his presence. Jesus didn't avoid the chaos of human life. He entered it. We can encounter God not just in quiet moments, but in the rush, the stress and the everyday rhythms of life when we invite him into them. Jesus wept. John 11:35. I thought growing up meant shutting down, but Jesus showed me strength and cry. Yeah. I was taught that real men don't show emotion, that maturity meant burying what you're feeling deep in the ocean. So I built walls around my heart, called it being grown. Convinced myself that numbness was the same as being strong. Every tear I held became a stone I carried. Every feeling I suppressed left my soul more buried. I thought wisdom meant detachment, that adults don't break. So I swallowed all my pain and called it strength I gained.
But something happened when I read about Jesus crying. The Son of God felt deeply, wasn't scared of the trying. He wept at Lazarus' tomb, felt anguish in the garden. The Savior showed emotion, why was I so hardened? I realized that maturity isn't becoming stone. It's learning how to feel and still not walk alone. It's bringing every emotion to the Father's feet, not pretending they don't exist so I look complete. You gave me tears for a reason. Emotions are my enemy. Maturity isn't numbness, it's feeling honestly. I thought maturity meant feeling less, that growing up was closing off my chest. But you showed me that strength can weak, that real men bring their emotions to your feet. I don't have to be a stone to be a man. I can feel it all and still be in your plan. I thought maturity meant feeling less, but it means feeling deeply and still finding rest. I looked at David in a song, saw his raw lament, saw him cry out to God with every feeling that he felt. He didn't hide his anger, didn't mask his pain, brought it all before the Lord without the shame. And God called him a man after his own heart, not because he never fell apart, but because when he did, he ran to God, laid it all out honest, even when it was hard. I'm learning that emotional intelligence is biblical, that processing my feelings isn't weak, it's spiritual. God gave me the capacity to feel the full range, and shutting down emotion isn't growth, it's change. So I'm done pretending that I've got it all together, done calling stoicism strength and detachment better. I'm bringing God my joy, my grief, my fear, my rage, and trusting that he's big enough to meet me on every page. You don't want my performance, you want my heart alive, feeling every emotion, not just the ones that feel right. Teach me to be human, the way that Jesus was, fully feeling, fully trusting. That's what maturity does. I thought maturity meant feeling less, but I was wrong. That growing up was closing off my chest, shutting down. But you showed me that strength can weak, that real men bring their emotions to your feet. I don't have to be a stone to be a man. I can feel it all and still be in your plan. I thought maturity meant feeling less, but it means feeling deeply and still finding rest. I thought maturity meant feeling less, feeling more. That growing up was closing off my chest, shutting down. But you showed me that strength can weak, tears are still bring their emotions to your feet. I don't have to be a stone to be a man. I can feel it all, still be in your plan, still be home. I thought maturity meant feeling less, feeling more. It means feeling deeply and still finding rest.
Rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn. Romans 12:15. Jesus was fully God and fully human, which means he felt everything deeply: joy, sorrow, anger, compassion. He didn't numb himself to be strong. And if I'm made in his image, then my emotions are part of that design. Not something to suppress or be ashamed of, but something to steward and bring to him. Maturity isn't becoming emotionless, it's learning to feel without being controlled by it. It's bringing every emotion to God and trusting him to hold what I feel. So I'm done equating numbness with strength, done thinking that real men don't cry. I'm embracing the full range of human emotion while anchoring my identity in Christ. This is what it means to be mature. Not feeling less, but feeling fully and trusting God completely. Spiritual court. True maturity isn't emotional numbness. It's emotional honesty brought before God. Jesus felt deeply and modeled healthy emotional expression. We honor God when we steward our emotions well, bringing them to him rather than suppressing them in the name of strength.
The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. I spent years that I'm fine, until the day I finally told the truth. I want my smile like armor, keep my struggles to myself. Convinced that asking for help meant I was less than someone else. So I carried every burden alone until I broke. Told everyone I'm good while I was barely staying afloat. Pride told me that admission was the same as being weak. That strong people handle things they don't let others see. So I hid behind, I'm blessed behind, God's got me behind the mask. While eternally I was grounded, sick and fast. But there came a moment when I couldn't hold it anymore. When the weight of protecting became heavier than being raw. So I opened up my mouth and let the truth come out. Said I'm not okay and felt the shame and doubt. But something shifted when I finally spoke those words. When I stopped performing strength and let my pain be heard. The people I was scared would judge me came with open arms. And God met me in my honesty, held me through the harm. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the courage to be real. Stop pretending I'm okay and admit what I really feel. The strongest thing I feel was admit I wasn't okay. Took off the mask, couldn't the truth have been said. No hiding behind, I'm fine when I'm breaking inside. Cause said I need help and found strength I couldn't find. God makes us in our honesty, not our pretending. He's close to the broken, loves the hearts that are mending. The strongest thing I did was admit I wasn't okay. And that's where healing finally found its way. I used to think that brokenness was something to be ashamed of. That real faith been never struggling, always rising above. But the Bible's full of people who fed a bought and cried, who brought me honestness to God and didn't have to hide. Job lamenting, David wept, Elijah wanted to die. Even Jesus in the garden said, Father, why? If the heroes of the faith experience the breaking and making my mission is awakening, she's awake. And so I started telling people when I wasn't doing well. Started going to therapy, started breaking out of my shell. Started asking for prayer instead of saying how good. If our community and place was where I once just stood. It's all fan I know now what it was is big to Dane. Who aren't afraid to say I'm struggling without a shame. Who understand that asking for help is an act of faith. The vulnerability is the starvation where your straight is made. I'm done with the performance, done with the charade. I'm bringing you my brokenness, the mess that I have made. You don't need me perfect, you just need me real. So see if I can transparent and making what I feel. The strongest thing I did was admit I wasn't okay. I'm not okay. Took off the mask and it truth had been said. Heart from a hiding behind a fight. When I break me inside, break. I said I need help and found strength I couldn't find. Got me to sin on honesty, not a pretend. I get so broken, lost the hearts that I'm in. Strongest thing I did was admit I wasn't okay. Best decision, and that's where healing finally found its way. Hearing came. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. There's power in the words, I'm not okay, because they break the isolation. They shatter the illusion of perfection. They open the door for real connection. I'm learning that the church should be a hospital, not a museum of perfect people. A place where we can bring my brokenness and find healing, not judgment. So if you're raising this, you're not okay. I want you to know that's not weakness, that's honesty. And honesty is what healing begins. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to pretend you're fine. God is close to the brokenhearted, and He's waiting for you in your truth. The strongest thing you can do is take off the mask and meet your struggle and let people in, cause that's where God shows up. In our weakness, He is strong. In our honesty, He is near. And in our brokenness, He makes us whole. Admit it without okay isn't weakness. It's the curvature that opens the door to healing God. And all this close and broken heart and vulnerability. And all this close and broken heart and vulnerability. It's the pathway to authentic community and divine strength. True strength is found not in pretending to be fine, but I'm being honest about our struggles and inviting God and others into them.
But the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. 1 Samuel 16:7. I was measuring up when God was digging down.
Building width while he wanted depth. I was chasing numbers, platforms, influence, and reach. Wanted to grow bigger, have a wider stage to preach. Thought success was measured by how many knew my name, how far my voice could carry, how much I could claim. I prayed for open doors, for opportunities, expand for bigger platforms, larger crowds, more influence in the land. But God kept me in the small and the hidden and the still, and I couldn't understand why he wouldn't move until he whispered, I'm not building you out, I'm building you deep. I'm working on the roots you can't see while you sleep. You want bread, but I need depth. You want fame, but I want fruit. And the deepest trees are grown, and they're hidden in the truth. See, I was chasing growth like the culture taught me to. More followers, more impact, more everything to prove. But God was after something that couldn't be measured in stats. He was forming character in the depths when no one claps. You don't measure me by numbers, you measure me by roots. You're not impressed by my platform, you're after lasting fruit. I was chasing growth, God was teaching depth. I wanted wider reach, he wanted what's left. When the spotlight fades and the crowd goes home, when it's just me and him, what I've grown. He's building roots in the hidden ground where no one sees, but the fruit is found. I was chasing growth, God was teaching depth, and that's where real transformation is kept. I looked at others rising, getting recognition fast, while I was stuck in seasons that felt like they would last. I questioned why God kept me in the small and the mundane, why he wouldn't elevate me while I stayed in the same lane. But slowly I began to see what he was doing in a way. He was dealing with my pride, my motives, what I chased. He was asking, would you serve me if no one ever knew? Would you be faithful in the small if I never grew your view? And I had to face the truth that my ambition had a root, and wanting to be seen more than bearing lasting fruit, and chasing validation more than intimacy with them, and building my own kingdom more than dying to my sins. So God put me in the furnace when nobody was watching, where the only voice that mattered was the spirit softly talking, teaching me that depth is built in a secret place, where it's just me and Jesus, no performance, no race. Teach me to go deep, Lord, not just wide and loud. Teach me that the hidden work is what makes you proud. I don't need a platform, I just need your presence. Growing roots in secret is my greatest investment. I was chasing growth, God was teaching depth. Know the water in, he wanted what's left. No light fades and the crowd goes home, when it's quiet, just me and him, what I've grown. He's building roots in the hidden ground. No hope, but the fruit is found. I was chasing growth, God was teaching depth, and that's where real transformation is kept. True change happens.
Remain in me, as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself, it must remain in the vine. John 15:4. I'm learning that the most important growth happens when no one is watching, in the early mornings with just me and God. And the character formed through trials and the roots that go deep when storms come. The world measures by numbers, but God measures by depth. The world celebrates platforms, but God celebrates faithfulness in the hidden. So I'm no longer chasing influence, I'm pursuing intimacy. No longer building width, but cultivating depth. Because when the storms come, it's not the size of your platform that sustains you, it's the depth of your roots, and roots grow deep in the secret place. God, teach me to go down before I go out, to be deep before I am wide, to be rooted before I am recognized, because that's where lasting fruit is grown. Not in the spotlight, but in the soil. Not in the stage, but in the secret. That's where you're building something real.
Spiritual core. God is more concerned with the depth of our character than the width of our influence. True spiritual growth happens in the hidden places where no one sees. In our intimacy with God, our character development, and our faithfulness in the small things. Roots grow deep in secret before fruit is displayed in public.
A bruised reed he will not break, and a smoldering wick he will not snuff out. Isaiah 42:3. When I lost everything I thought made me valuable, he was still there. Yeah.
I used to think my work was tied to what I brought to the table. My talents, my achievements, everything I was able to accomplish to produce a show for my existence. But then it all came crashing down and I lost my credentials, lost my position, lost my platform, lost my name, lost the things that made people notice, lost my claim to fame. And I was terrified that when they saw the real me, the one without the accolades, they'd all leave. I thought God loved me for my service and my gifts, that his affection was conditional on what I could give. So when I had nothing left to offer but my broken heart, I expected him to walk away, to depart. But Jesus stayed right there in my nothing, in my emptiness, in my failure, in my struggle. He didn't need my performance or my resume. He wanted me stripped down, raw with nothing left to say.
When I had nothing left to give, no achievements left to show, you love me in my emptiness. That's when I truly know Jesus stayed when I had nothing impressive left, when I couldn't produce or perform or be my best. You love me in my failure and my fall from grace. Proved his love wasn't based on what I could create. I thought he needed my strength, my gifts, my success, but he wanted my surrender, my brokenness. Jesus stayed when I had nothing impressive left, and that's when I learned what real love is.
The world will love you for what you can do for them, what value you bring, what doors you can open. But strip all that away and watch how fast they go. When you're no longer youthful, they don't wanna know. But Jesus is different, his love doesn't work that way. He doesn't need my contributions to choose to stay. He's not impressed by my resume or my highlight reel. He wants my authentic heart, my wounds, what's real. I learned that in the kingdom, value isn't earned, it's inherent in being his. A truth I had to learn. He doesn't love me more when I'm productive and strong. His love is steady even when everything goes wrong. So I stopped trying to impress him with my work, stopped performing for approval, stopped trying to prove my worth. Just came to him empty-handed, broken and undone, and found that's exactly where his deepest love begun.
You don't need my offerings, you just want my heart. You love me at my lowest, that set you apart. When the world walked away, you drew even closer and loved me not for what I do, but for who I am in it. Jesus stayed when I had nothing impressive left, when I couldn't produce or perform or be my best. He loved me in my failure and my fall from grace. Proved his love wasn't based on what I could create. I thought he needed my strength, my gifts, my success, but he wanted my surrender, my brokenness. Jesus stayed when I had nothing impressive left, and that's when I learned what real love is.
But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us, Romans 5:8. He didn't die for me because I was impressive. He died for me while I was still a mess. That's the scandal of grace. That's the beauty of the gospel. I don't have to earn his love with my performance. I don't have to maintain his affection with my production. He loves me because he chose to, not because of anything I've done. And when everything was stripped away, when I had no more talents to offer, no more successes to display, no more credentials to present, he was still there, not disappointed, not disgusted, just present, just loving, just constant. That's the kind of love that transforms you, not because it demands more, but because it accepts you completely, even when you have nothing impressive left. And now I know his love isn't based on my performance. It's rooted in his character, and that will never change.
For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the law. Luke 19:10. I kept trying to create a new me, and God was searching for the real me. I was always chasing the next version of myself, reading self-help books, stacking methods on the shelf, trying to optimize, upgrade, become somebody new. Thought transformation meant erasing all I knew. I rebranded every season, changed my image, changed my style. Thought if I could just reinvent, I'd be worthwhile. But every new version felt as empty as the last, like I was running from myself instead of facing my past. I listened to the culture saying create yourself, self-made. That identity's a project, something molded, some shape. So I hustled for a new me, worked to be impressive. But deep down I was lost and feeling more oppressive. Then Jesus whispered softly in the middle of my striving, you don't need a new you need me to find you thriving. Stop creating versions of yourself that aren't real. Let me find the one I made and help that person heal. I was running from myself, trying to be someone new, but you were searching for the real me, the one you always knew. I didn't need to reinvent myself, I needed to be found. Needed to stop running and let you
reinvention like it's freedom and control. Like you can manufacture purpose like you author your own soul. But the gospel says you're fearfully and wonderfully made. A God knit you together, you're not something self-created. I was treating my identity like a brand I could refine, when really I was image bearer of the divine. Not a project to perfect, but a person to uncover. Not someone to invent, but someone to discover. God said I made you with intention, every detail, every part. You're not a rough draft, needing edit, you're a work of art. Stop trying to be someone else, stop chasing what you're not. Let me show you who you are, the person I forgot. So I stopped the endless striving to become somebody new and started asking God to show me who He made me to be true. And in that place of surrender, of letting go control, I found a me I've been avoiding, and God made me whole. You're not calling me to create, you're calling me to surrender. Not to build a new identity, but remember who I am under. All the layers, all the masks, all the versions I performed. You were searching for the real me, the one you've always adored. I didn't need to reinvent myself, I needed to be found. And Lord, just stop running and let you track me down. All the versions I created were just masks I wore. The soul through the disguise of who I was before. You saw it's perfected fake design. You wanted the original, the one you had in mind. I didn't need to reinvent myself, I needed to be found. You found me. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, I know that full well. Psalm 39:14. I'm done with self-invention, done with the endless optimization, done trying to create myself, because I'm not a project to complete, I'm a person to discover, made in the image of God with intention and purpose. The culture says create yourself, but the gospel says be found. The world says reinvent, but Jesus says return. Return to who you were made to be. Before the world told you who to become, before the pressure to perform, before the masks and the versions. God is not calling me to be someone new, He's calling me to be authentically me. The me He designed, the me He loves, the me He's been searching for. And when I let Him find me, that's when real transformation begins. Not through reinvention, but through redemption. Not by creating, but by surrendering. I didn't need to reinvent myself, I just needed to be found.
True transformation isn't about self-invention or endless reinvention. It's about being found by God and discovering who He made us to be. We are not self-created projects, but divinely designed image bearers. Freedom comes not from manufacturing new identities, but from surrendering to the one who knows our true identity and is calling us home to ourselves.